Right now, you are being pulled toward the Earth at nearly 10 meters per second, every second. You don't feel it, you don't see it, but it's the only reason you're still here. It's called gravity, and if it disappeared, even for just 5 seconds, this world would not survive. It happens instantly. No warning, no sound, no signal. One moment, you're standing. The next, you're not. There is no ground beneath you, no weight in your body, only silence and motion. Everything begins to drift. Your phone leaves your hand, your chair lifts, even the air around you starts to move. Because gravity isn't just pulling you, it's holding the entire world together. Gravity pulls everything toward Earth at about 9.8 meters per second squared. It keeps the oceans in place, the atmosphere around us, and your body grounded. Without it, nothing stays where it should. At first, it might feel incredible. You're floating, weightless, free. But within seconds, your body starts to lose orientation. There is no up, no down. Your brain can't process it. Panic begins. And then something even more dangerous begins. The air around you starts to expand. Pressure drops. Breathing becomes harder, not instantly deadly, but enough to remind you, this isn't survival. But the real danger was already there, because Earth never stopped moving. Right now, you are traveling at over 1,600 kilometers per hour, just by standing still. According to Newton's first law of motion, objects in motion stay in motion. So when gravity disappears, nothing is holding you to Earth anymore. Your body keeps moving sideways at incredible speed. You're not floating anymore. You're being thrown across the planet. Oceans begin to rise, not as waves, but as entire masses lifting into the sky. Planes lose control. Cities turn into fields of drifting debris, and the atmosphere starts slipping away into space. In cities, glass and metal become deadly projectiles. In oceans, water lifts like the planet is breaking apart. In the sky, aircraft lose all stability. Every environment becomes hostile. And then, after 5 seconds, gravity returns. Everything that rose falls. People drop from the air. Vehicles crash back to the ground. Entire oceans slam into the earth at once, with full force. Shockwaves spread across continents. Tsunamis destroy coastlines. Cities collapse. Survival becomes uncertain. All of this from just 5 seconds without gravity. Gravity is invisible, but it holds everything together. The air you breathe, the ground beneath you, your place in the universe. And the strangest part, we still don't fully understand what gravity really is. But what if, instead of disappearing, gravity suddenly became stronger? At first, nothing dramatic happens. You're still standing, still breathing, still alive, but something feels off. Your body feels heavier, not by much, but enough to notice. If gravity doubled, your weight would instantly double. If you weigh 70 kilograms, your body would suddenly feel like 140. Your legs struggle to hold you. Walking becomes exhausting. Even standing becomes effort. Gravity isn't just pulling you down, it's compressing your entire body. Your heart has to pump harder, to push blood upward against stronger force. Your muscles strain, your joints compress, and fatigue sets in, fast. Now imagine gravity becomes 3 or even 5 times stronger. At this point, your body starts failing. Standing becomes nearly impossible. Your chest feels heavy. Breathing becomes difficult because your lungs are being compressed. Humans are not built for high gravity. Even trained pilots struggle beyond extreme forces. At 5 times Earth's gravity, most people would collapse, not from impact, but from pressure. And it's not just your body. The entire environment begins to change. Buildings experience massive stress. Bridges bend. Structures that were stable begin to crack. Oceans don't rise anymore. They sink deeper. Water becomes heavier, denser. Waves flatten under pressure, and the atmosphere gets pulled closer to Earth. Air becomes thicker, denser, harder to move through. Running? Impossible. Jumping? Not even close. Every movement costs energy. Even lifting your arm feels like lifting a weight. Now imagine gravity reaches 10 times stronger. At this point, survival becomes unlikely. Your body is pinned to the ground, your bones under extreme stress, your organs compressed, your chest unable to expand. There's no explosion, no chaos like before, just silence. As everything is forced downward, even Earth itself would begin to change. Mountains slowly compress. The crust experiences pressure. The entire planet is being squeezed. Gravity this strong exists in the universe, on massive planets, on dense stars, where survival isn't possible for humans. We live in a perfect balance. Not too strong, not too weak, just enough for life to exist. Because if gravity disappears, everything falls apart. And if it becomes stronger, everything collapses. But what if gravity didn't just affect Earth? What if it suddenly changed across the entire universe? This isn't just a change. It's a rewrite of reality itself. Because gravity isn't something that exists in one place. It connects everything. Planets, stars, galaxies, all bound together by one invisible force. Gravity is what holds the universe in structure. It keeps planets in orbit, stars together, galaxies from flying apart. Without it, there is no order. If gravity suddenly weakened everywhere, planets would drift away from their stars. Earth would leave the sun, floating endlessly into deep space. No warmth, no light, no life. The solar system itself would fall apart. Orbits would break, moons would escape. Everything becomes disconnected. Zoom out further, entire galaxies would begin to dissolve, stars drifting apart, the spiral structure disappearing. What once looked like a galaxy becomes a scattered cloud of stars. The universe is already expanding, but without gravity holding things together. That expansion accelerates, faster and faster, until everything becomes isolated. Eventually, every star is too far to see another, every galaxy alone. Every point in space completely isolated. But what if the opposite happens? What if gravity becomes stronger everywhere? Stars begin pulling harder. Galaxies tighten. Everything starts collapsing inward. Faster and faster. Black holes become unstoppable. Their pull grows stronger, swallowing stars, planets, light itself. One by one, everything disappears. Eventually, the entire universe begins collapsing back into itself. Every galaxy, every star, every particle, pulled inward toward a single point. This is known as a possible fate of the universe, a total collapse, where everything that exists is compressed into nothing, whether gravity disappears, becomes stronger, or changes across the universe. One thing is clear: gravity doesn't just hold you to Earth, it holds reality together. But what if gravity isn't a force at all? What if it's something we completely misunderstand? What if gravity isn't pulling you down, but instead, space itself is bending? According to modern physics, mass doesn't create a force. It bends the fabric of space and time. Imagine space like a stretched sheet. Place something heavy on it, and everything around it starts moving toward it. Not because it's being pulled, but because the surface itself is curved. That means you're not being pulled toward Earth. You're following the shape of space itself. And in extreme places, like near black holes, space bends so much that nothing can escape, not even light. Near these regions, time itself slows down, seconds stretch, reality changes. But even with all this, we still don't fully understand gravity. We know how it behaves, but not what it truly is. It connects galaxies, shapes the universe, controls the flow of time. And yet, its true nature remains unknown. So the next time you stand still, you're not just standing on Earth, you are moving through curved space, guided by something we still don't fully understand. And that raises an even bigger question. What is space actually made of?